Okay guys, today I'm actually going to be doing a video about me moving to Texas, y'all, so y'all can get the full details. A lot of you guys did watch my moving to Texas vlog and my apartment tours. I'm gonna try a new style, y'all, of doing YouTube videos without doing the intro. Let me know if y'all missed the intro and y'all like the intro, and I'll just keep doing it. But I just feel like, I don't know, people might be skipping through it. So anyways, y'all, I have decided to move to Texas. As you can see, some people thought I was playing games. Like, I don't know, like some people thought it was a joke when I was apartment touring. Like, oh, you really moving to Texas? Like, why would I go to Texas to look at apartments if I really wasn't moving to Texas? Like, I don't even play like that. Like, I don't even play like that for real. But I'm not saying you shouldn't, because that's how manifestation works. Keep looking at something until you get it. But no, baby, I'm moving to Texas. I ain't moving to Texas without a plan. Like, and some people might think that's kind of crazy, but I've done things without a plan. And I am a hustler, y'all. I know how to make money. I do have a couple businesses. I do a lot of different things. But let me first tell you guys, I was first deciding between Austin and San Antonio. So I took a trip down there. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it at the end of this video where you can see the apartment tours I went on. So I did decide to go with San Antonio, y'all. I am moving to San Antonio. I am moving fairly soon. I'm not going to tell y'all exactly when, because I do have people that probably watch me that work with me and all types of stuff. So I have to be careful with that, because I haven't told my job that I am moving. Like, they know that I'm thinking about moving because I've asked, can I transfer? Can I do this, da da da? And so they know that I'm interested in Texas, but they don't know, like, I'm literally going to be moving. Like, for real, for real. So anyways, y'all, so anyways, I decided to go with San Antonio because I am really a nature girly. Like, I recharge my energy through trees and sun and like being by the water and stuff like that. So I decided to choose my apartment, y'all, in San Antonio because it was in a neighborhood that I really loved. It was right by the river. The trees, everything in the neighborhood was just beautiful. It was very calming, like serenity vibes. Like, I felt it spiritually, like I was supposed to be there. When I was in Austin, I felt very depleted, kind of tired. Felt like it was too busy, too much traffic. I felt like it was way higher too. Like, I like to be more central because I'm going to be in a state that I ain't never been to before. So I'm going to be living in a state by myself, in a state that I've never lived in. So I want to be more central, where there's a lot of people but not too many people, if that makes any type of sense. But I think Austin is one of those places, like, if you move downtown Austin, it's costing you $2,000 for a 1-bedroom or more, right? I did find a cheaper place in Austin than I'm staying at in San Antonio, and it was nice. That place was really nice. But I didn't like the neighborhood. It was too many cars. It was just like too much stuff going on the main street. I like being in like more secluded neighborhoods. Like, hence I live in Minnesota, but I live in a suburb of Minnesota. Like, but I live super close to downtown and uptown. I can drive there, but I can't walk there, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like that type of activity near me. I like being by grass. I like being by trees. I like to just run around my neighborhood. I like to feel safe in my neighborhood, where I feel like I can just run. I can go outside at night. I can bring my dog out, whatever. Austin was giving me, it's very safe, but it's just too much going on. It's too much going on. And the place that I did like in Austin, you guys can go look at the department tour. It was a beautiful, the best place there was like almost too bougie, to the sense where I felt very uncomfortable. Like I can afford this. And maybe that's imposter syndrome or something, but like, I can afford this, but I don't feel comfortable here. Like, I don't even feel like I would want to live here because it's that bougie. Like, it just seemed like all these people over here is probably stuck up. They won't want to talk to you. Like, it's kind of weird. Even the lady that was taking me around, touring me around, she was kind of weird. Also, what I didn't like about that apartment, y'all, is they told you have to put down, or you have to give them your pay stubs, right? But then you do also got to give them your bank statements. So I know there's a lot of places that do stuff like that, but I'm just like, that's doing too much. Like, I don't want you guys to have access to my bank statements when I can give you literally my pay stubs, and my pay stubs are legit. Like, I work at a corporate freaking job. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard to fake those pay stubs that I will be giving them, and I have offer letters and stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't like that. Like, you got to really prove yourself in that building, and they're very stuck up. So yeah, I didn't really like that. So I did like my apartment that I toured because first of all, the place is a brand new building. It is completely new. I'm not gonna tell you the exact place because obviously this is the freaking internet. Like I said, when I get there, I am gonna have a license to carry whatever. So I'm not worried about that, but I just literally don't want my information on the internet. If that makes sense. But anyways, y'all, so boom, literally when you live, the place that I'm gonna be living at is brand new. Nobody's ever lived there before. I love places like that because I've lived in an apartment before that literally was haunted, and the lights was turned on and off, the fan was turned on and off, and it was scary, and it was an old building and it had mold. It was just like, I do not want to be nowhere old. Like, I like a brand new space. Like, when I moved in this apartment here, it literally was only built 4 years ago before I moved into it 4 years ago. So anyways, it's a brand new building. No one's ever stayed in my apartment before. The people there are so nice in the office. Like, property manager took off her shoes so I could put her shoes on to walk the property because I wore sandals, and they had emailed me. Y'all, the thing about me is I'm bad at reading emails. So I'm going to skim an email, so do not make it long. Don't like, and if it's a confirmation email, I'm not reading it because I know I'm going to be there at that time and that day. So it was a confirmation email, but in the confirmation email, it said you have to wear sneakers or closed-toe shoes because it's a construction site. Because yes, I got to tour my actual, like, not my specific apartment, but like the style of my apartment, but all the apartments weren't completely built yet, if that makes any sense. So anyhow, y'all, with this apartment, it's in a really good neighborhood. I felt safe over there. It's by nature, it's by the river. Like, I can run over there. Everything's easily accessible. I don't even know if I would really use my car that much. It's a dog friendly area. Like, there's a grooming center close to my place, a boarding center, so when I'm out of town I can board my dog. So it's just very convenient. Everything I need is right in my neighborhood. Like, I don't even have to leave my neighborhood if I don't want to leave it. And it's not a high traffic place, but it still has people there, and it's not oversaturated, but we still see people walking around. You still see cars coming through, but it's just not high traffic, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of local shops there, local restaurants, which I like. I don't want to be in a place with a bunch of like big corporations. Like, I like small businesses. So anyways, y'all, the people in the people that are managing the office are really, really nice. The guy was really nice, explaining everything to me thoroughly and everything. And I got approved for my apartment, y'all. I got approved for my apartment without a job. Quotation marks. I got approved for my apartment without a job, but y'all, I do have a job here in Minnesota, so that's how I got approved for the apartment, because I gave them the pay stubs for my current job, but I don't have a job in Texas, which sounds bizarre. But there's a couple things. But let's stay on track on the apartment. So yes, y'all, I like that, and I love that there's a lot of nice amenities. It is a luxury apartment, and it's supposed to be a lot of like well established people living there. Apparently the top chef of this one restaurant is going to be living in my building and stuff like that. So like, it's going to be like high elevated people and young professionals. I like young professionals. Like, the place that I seen in Austin was bougie, and it looked like it's older people, like maybe like not old, but like 38, close to 40. You know what I mean? Very like, they're the CEO of the corporation and stuff like that. Like, or they're like the vice president. Them type of people. I don't like being around them people because they gonna start calling police when I'm trying to play my music. I like being around people that like are a little bit more free spirited, and that's what I felt here. And so, you know, we literally have a doggy area, so I could bring my dog to go use the restroom without going outside. We got electric car charging that's supposed to be free. They haven't 100% determined yet, but they're leaning towards having free car charging, so I don't have to worry about literally paying to charge my car. I get free covered parking. Like, you don't pay for parking garages there like you do in Minnesota. Like, my garage that's heated here, I have to pay for it every month. So yeah, so there was a lot of amenities that I enjoyed, and which is crazy is like, I didn't get to see the whole place because it was under construction. I've seen their vision on photos or whatever, but I didn't see it in real life besides the actual apartment. So yes, I am taking a leap of faith, I guess, but I felt spiritually this is my place. Like, and I know when I feel something, it's mine. And that's how I knew that I was going to get approved for the apartment, because when I feel like it's mine, it's mine. Like, I feel it's like a spiritual feeling I feel inside. Like, it'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm really going to be living here. Oh my gosh, I'm parking my car here. Like, if people be like, oh my God, you haven't even got the place yet. Like I told them from the start, I told my mom, I said, oh, my new apartment has this, it's by this, and then I always told my brother like, oh, my new apartment. They're like, your new apartment, you ain't even got the apartment yet. I said, I know, but I'm gonna get it. Look, I got it. That's how I felt about my job and a lot of other things in my life, in my car. So I feel like God tells me when I'm gonna get something. Like it's very apparent when I know for real. Sometimes I question it if it don't take the time frame that I think it should take, but I'm already told beforehand if it's mine or not. So anyway, y'all, so I got the apartment, y'all. I don't have a job. What is my plan when I don't have a freaking job, and why am I moving to Texas? So let's talk about the plan, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm moving to Texas. So the plan is, y'all, right now I do have a job. My job is hybrid, so I work some days in office, some days at home. I am looking for a new job. Have I done it yet? No, because I hate working. I don't want a job, but I kind of have to get a job. So I think I might have to get a job with Chelsea, but I'm gonna start looking, y'all, start applying. There's a job fair coming up in my town, so I'll be going to that. And networking. I'm gonna talk to people that I know that work for certain companies, see if I can get in there. I'm gonna just apply for remote jobs, because my dream is to have a remote job, to be honest, because A, I'm always late, so I prefer to be having a remote job so I actually be on time to work. B, I have an electric car, so I rather prefer like not to drive. Like I can drive and my car does stay charged for a long time, but I just don't care to drive. So that's another thing. See, I do plan to move out the country eventually. This is like my baby step. I'm like, okay, let me move to another state by myself, and then I want to move to a whole entire country by myself. And if I want to move to another country, I want to have a remote job anyways, and I want to move to a cheaper country. That's the whole plan. I want to get out of America. So anyhow, I'm going to be looking for jobs, y'all. I have a significant amount of time to like find a job. It's not really that significant, but it's enough time. I don't want to, like, y'all, I would give y'all the days if I didn't have people like watching me that could maybe report this back and all this type of stuff. I don't want my job to be prepared when I'm gonna leave. Like, I don't want them to be prepared, because that also gives me the chances, if I don't find a job in my time frame, I can tell them like ultimatum, like either I could put my 2 weeks in today, or I can keep working for like a month and a half, or whenever y'all find a new person. When I get to Texas, I can keep working from home, because my whole job can really be done from home. Or I can stay here forever and just work from home, if y'all really want me that bad. So I want to negotiate, and if I give them too much time to negotiate, they might just try to go find somebody else to hire and then try to get me to train them. Not happening. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with that. So I might be able to keep my job. Who knows? If I'm not, I don't really care. The first month of rent, I won't really have to worry about, because I will already have that money before I move. I will already have that from my paychecks, because I'm moving kind of like the second week of a month, so it's going to be prorated. I'm paying like a prorated rate at my current place, and then I'm paying a prorated rate at the other place, so that it's a full month, if that makes sense. Then my second month there is actually free. I only would have to pay like the little fees that we have, like the garbage fees, stuff like that. So I'm not worried about that. I don't really even need a job for the first 2 months, to be honest, but I just want to be prepared, right? And on top of that, y'all, I will be filing my taxes before I leave. So like my taxes will be back before it's even time for me to move. So, and I have other things coming. So it's like I have something, even though I said I don't have no money, because at this point I don't really have no money really, to be honest, to like move there. But I'm going to have the money by the time I move there, if that makes sense. Everything's going to pan out because of the promotion that I got for my rent, and my taxes coming back, and other things that is going to come through, family related, and a lot of stuff like that. So I don't have to worry. I'm not worried at all. People think I'm crazy, and they're like, why the heck would you do that? Like, are you dumb? But it's like, y'all, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm a natural born hustler. Okay, y'all, I just made $200 20 minutes ago, y'all. So I'm starting to let go of a lot of stuff now, y'all. I'm preparing for my move, because like I said, it's not that much time. Even if I told you the date, it's not far. Like, it's not like tomorrow, but it's not like a year from now. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, y'all do the math. But anyways, y'all, I had a Dyson fan. I sold my Dyson fan because I'm like, I don't need this fan. I love it. It was like attachment. I'm a very attached to material things, so I'm really trying to work on that. So I don't need it because my new home, my new apartment has a ceiling fan in my room, and it has a ceiling fan in the living room, and I have AC, and I live in Texas. Majority of the time it's hot, so I'm going to be using AC. And when it's not hot, I'm going to be using nothing because it's going to be 60 degrees outside. You know, 50 or 40, like nobody wants to put AC on or fans during that time. But I have fans in my room and in the living room, a ceiling fan. So I'm fine. So I was like, this is just useless. Like, I love it, but I don't need it, right? It'd be different if I didn't have central AC. I had an AC unit or something, or I didn't have a fan, too, in my room. Like, I have central AC and I have 2 fans, 2 ceiling fans in my home. So I let that go, and plus it would take too much space in my car. My whole plan is to take my car. I have an electric car. I do have an app for my phone that tells me what the closest electric car charging spots are. A lot of them are free. Like if you do Amerifi, the first 3 years you get free charging. Y'all, I only have my car for almost a year soon, a couple months, so I can charge for free at Amerifi. When I do go out of the state, I will charge it to 100%. Usually I only charge it to 80%. But when I move, I will charge it to 100%, obviously. So then I can maybe get 300 miles out of it for the drive. So it'll be like, I probably have to stop because I did the calculations. It's a 17-hour drive. If we really drove all the way through, I would have to stop about 4 times to charge my car. That's not bad. You need time to stretch your legs, probably go eat some lunch or dinner, go to a restaurant or something, I don't know. So, and I think we're going to do it in 2 days instead of 1. But we're still figuring it out. My brother is supposed to help me with the drive. So, anyhow, and I'm going to fly him back home. So, anyhow, y'all, long story short, I'm going to take my car. And if I charge most of the time for free, I literally will not pay to drive there at all, like, because I have an electric car. And if I do pay, let's say if I got to stop 5 times, let's say it's not accurate and I need to really stop 5, 6 times, it only costs about $10, $15 for charge. So essentially I'm still not going to be spending more than $100 to drive all the way to Texas, like, because I don't pay for gas. So anyhow, y'all, that is the plan. I don't have a lot of miles on my car. I have less than 10,000 miles on my car, so my car is in good hands. I have roadside assistance. I have tire coverage, all that stuff. So it doesn't make sense for me to ship my car. I was thinking about shipping it, but the problem with shipping it is like I'm paying over $1,000 to ship a car, and then I have to pay to get on the flight. Then I have to pay for my dog to get on the flight, and she's never flew before. So it's kind of like, it makes more sense for me to just take my car, spend less than $100 to get there, be able to bring my dog and all my stuff, and I don't have to worry about them messing up my car on those little loads. So that is the plan, y'all. Once it gets closer, if I do find a job before I move, I will tell you guys the exact time frame when I'm moving. Not the dates. Internet is a weird place, so I ain't gonna tell y'all the exact dates that I'm leaving, but I can tell y'all what month that I'm leaving, right? So if I get a new job before I move, then I will really put that information on the internet, but it's not far away, y'all. It's not far away. So why am I moving to Texas, y'all? I'm moving to Texas because I need a new start. Like, it's kind of a spiritual journey for me, because I had asked God about 2 years ago. It's been a while. Like when I used to work at my old job, I used to work at Athleta, and I was an assistant store manager there. And I had asked God, I was like, God, please give me a sign if you want me to move to Texas. I have no clue. Something with Texas has to be prominent in our family line, because my brother also moved to Texas and Houston. He moved to Houston. I didn't want nothing to do with Houston. Like, I like Houston. I was going to go there because my job maybe will be able to get me another job there, but I'm like, nah, I'm not moving to a place I don't want to stay just because I want to keep this job. Like, I don't need to keep this job. Like, I have a master's degree and I have a bachelor's degree. Now I have experience. Like, why am I questioning myself? So anyhow, I had asked God, like, send me a sign if you want me to move to Texas, you know, and not a license plate. Something else outside of a license plate on a car. This is specific words I told God. Like, send me a sign. That's the next day, y'all. I had prayed about this the night before. The next day, I signed this girl for a credit card at Athleta. She had freaking driver's license that says Texas. He said, I'm not going to send you a license plate on a car, but I'm going to send you a license with the Texas on it. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, what's the odd that this driver's license is a Texas driver's license and I didn't see a Texas license plate today, you know? So I was like, okay, I didn't really think too much of it, but I was like, okay, I really do need a shift. I do need to move just to flourish and to just become my own individual self. Use my throat chakra a lot more because I'm just around people I don't know versus being in a state where I know so many people. So after that, y'all, I kept I'm gonna move one day, I'm gonna move one day, I'm gonna move one day. Then I kept seeing Texas license plates, y'all, everywhere. When I tell you, baby, license plate, all Texas. And I'm like, I live in Minnesota. What the heck are you driving 17 hours from Texas to Minnesota for like this many cars? So I kept seeing Texas. I'm like, God is trying to tell me, like, it's time to shift. It's time to just be your own individual self. Go somewhere else where your family's not, where your friends are not, where you can really focus on yourself, focus on your own business. And so, anyhow, y'all, I had a reading done or whatever. And the reader was like, oh, like, something like, oh, you're moving, or you're probably about to move soon, like you're about to be in a new place soon or a new apartment, like even if you haven't done it yet, you're about to. And I don't know why I'm here, San Antonio. And so I was like, oh wow, San Antonio. I was like, God told me to move to Texas. I asked for these signs and all these signs appeared for me to move to Texas. And so she was like, so why are you still here? I was like, I don't know, you know. So anyhow, I was like, wow, that's interesting, because I never thought of San Antonio because I've never been to San Antonio, right? I've heard like my Caucasian employees back in the day, right, when I was at Athleta, be like, oh, San Antonio is a beautiful place, but it was never one place on my list to go. Like, as a black person, the most places I went to Texas was Houston, Dallas, and then Austin. And I didn't feel connected with Houston or Dallas. I used to love Austin a lot. But then when this time I went back to Austin, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to just go based off what the reader says. Let me go see, because I loved Austin before. And Austin is close to San Antonio. You got to understand, too, with readers, it could be like a range. Like, they could be like correct, but it could be off a little bit. Or it might not be the same time frame. There's a lot of things that go into it. So anyways, boom. I'm like, okay, let me go to Austin, and then let me go to San Antonio, see what I actually like. So Austin, I didn't feel connected with it no more. Even when I went out on the scene of like being downtown and going to the bar, it was just like people were a little more standoffish in Austin that I noticed, like a little cliquey, a little bit more Caucasian, no offense. And I'm used to that. I live in Minnesota. It's like a lot of Caucasian people here. So I'm like, I don't feel different when I'm in Austin. I feel like I'm still in Minnesota, but just a little bit more creative space. A little bit more, like more artsy, but similar to Minnesota. And then like the places that I would want to live in Austin wasn't really close by the water. So I was like, I like to go on my runs and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like the neighborhoods I was looking at, I'm sure they are neighborhoods in Austin. And I was even staying in Round Rock, and I was like, that was giving me hillbilly vibes. And then when I went downtown, it was giving me too much. The traffic was just too much. There's too many crackheads. It was just like, no, I don't want that. Like, that's just like Minneapolis. Like, when you go downtown, all the crackheads and stuff, like, I just don't want to be in that type of environment. So, anyways, boom. When I went to San Antonio, I spiritually felt just like connected there. Like, I felt amazing walking around, seeing the trees, being by the river, going to the restaurant, making conversation with the person at the bar at the restaurant, making conversation with the person at the wine bar. Like, literally, I was literally having conversations with random people, and they were so nice. And it was a lot of Hispanic people. I did meet about 2 black people. And I heard there's more black people on the east side of San Antonio, so I do have to get there and explore more. Yeah, I literally only went to San Antonio one time in my life, and I'm moving there, right? And that's not unusual for me. Am I scared? No, I'm not. I know what I want every time, y'all. Before, when I was younger, when I would get a car, right, it was always the first car I drove is the car that I go with. And it's not just because it's the first car, it's because I have a connection with the car. So a lot of times I would get frustrated because it'd be like the first or second car that I choose. Like, oh yeah, I want this. This is my car. I know what I want. I know, I just have a feeling every time I have a feeling, just like my car, I debated between this car and a Tesla, back and forth, but I was like, no, I'm getting an ID4. And although it looked rough, like, oh, maybe the first person said no, the first dealership said no, the second dealership said yes. And I was in the moment, in the middle there, where I was questioning God, like, oh, I thought you said I'm getting this car, like, I thought this was my car, like, what is going on? I just felt it. I felt it was going to happen. Went to the next dealership, got the car. So I have to stop questioning God's plan. I know God's plan, even when it comes to my content. I know his plans, and he's here with me, and I know this, and I constantly question it. And I can't question this no more. I can't question him telling me to freaking move. I can't keep pushing back this, because this is going to change my life. And even if it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm this big person that I think I'm going to be, even if it's just I'm my own individual self, I don't have to worry about people. I don't have to have people ask me, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you come here? Can you pick me up? Can you go walk? Like, I don't have to worry about nobody but me and my dog. Even if there's problems happening here with my family or my friends or something, I don't have to worry. It's nothing I can do. I am 17 hours away, you know what I mean? So I think this is always too also about finding myself. And God had put me in this isolation period, which I will make a whole nother video about isolation, when you know you're about to really grow and pivot. He put me in this isolation period just so I can be ready for my move, because I'm going to be alone there. So he had to show me how it is to be alone, to choose yourself, to grow, to trust the process, to become your individual self. Stop trying to be with people. Stop trying to be in relationships. Stop trying to be building, hold on to friendships that don't serve you no more. Start trying to love yourself and be there for yourself. So I think this is what my whole journey is about. That's why I am moving. I think I'm going to be more free, even with my content, y'all. I am getting better with like vlogging outside, not caring. But when I was in Texas, like, I was whipping my camera out anywhere and I didn't care. Like, I don't know these people. These people don't know me. You know what I mean? Like, I felt amazing there. I met a local business owner, super sweet, genuine people. Like, San Antonio, I just get a genuine vibe from, and we will see when I get there. I'll get you guys an update of like when I get there, how it is for me. But this is me literally moving to Texas, y'all, with no job, no plan, no money saved. So stop telling people to stop letting people tell you, oh, you need a plan, oh, you need to save, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need to do that. And then those thoughts keep pushing you back from your farther goal. Like, you feel overwhelmed, so you just don't actually go for it. Go for it. It's life. We bump our heads, we get back up. Okay, we learn to live another day. Of course, you gotta be strategic, and I do have some strategic things in my mind. It's not like, okay, y'all, I'm waking up tomorrow, I got $0 in my bank account, and I don't have a job, and I'm just gonna go move there. Like, it's not that either. It's like, I do know that I can pay my first month's rent. I do know I can pay my second month's rent. I do know that, like, I'm gonna have things coming in within the next couple months or whatever. So I do know that I have some guarantees there, okay, without a job, okay? So I just want you guys to know that. I wouldn't tell people to just not have nothing and just go. Have people done it? Yes. Have people survived? Yes. So if that's your journey, you need to take it, do it. Because I've done it. I've done it where I just quit my job, right? But I did also still have money. I did have quite a large sum of money, but I was still going to quit that job before I even had got that large sum of money. I was going to actually just not care, and I was going to get a new job. But when I got that large sum of money, I just decided to not get a job. So, but anyways, y'all, let me know in the comments if y'all have any questions. I'm super excited. And if you live in San Antonio, tell me what things you really like to do, because y'all, I'm so messed up because I went there. I live close to the river. I didn't even go to the freaking river walk. I didn't even drive to the freaking river rock, y'all. I literally did not. I didn't have the capacity, because I literally did, like, I think 2 apartment tours in one day, and I drove 2 hours from Austin to San Antonio. And then I was already touring my neighborhood for like an hour to 2 hours. Like, it's so much stuff to do in my neighborhood. So like, I was touring for a little while, and I was like, okay, woo, I need to get ready to drive back 2 hours from San Antonio back to Austin, because I got my hotel in Austin, y'all. And I still like Austin. I think it's good that I'm living in San Antonio because I can always do Austin on a weekend. Austin seems like more of a weekend place for me. And San Antonio seems more like a home. And a lot of people say, oh, it's more like a family place. But where I live, I don't get family vibes. Like, I live in a young area where there's like young professionals. So I think it depends on where you're living. Like, if you get in a home there or renting a townhome, or you're living a little farther out from the city, it might be that vibe. Because I did see a apartment that was like in the suburbs and it looked kind of boring. Like, that looked like more family vibe. But where I live is like more of like kind of like a North Loop vibe. Like, if you think of Minneapolis, North Loop, it's similar to that but nicer, like more elevated, more expensive vibe, if that makes sense. So, but North Loop is nice, like, and it's expensive, but like, I mean, like, it's a little bit more suburban North Loop. Suburban. But anyways, y'all, thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't seen my apartment tour, go watch my apartment tours. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like I might give y'all, because I was kind of skeptical about if I want to give y'all empty apartment tour, if I want to give y'all fully furnished apartment tour. And I might just do it because I need to do content. And I don't live out of fear. That's a big thing with me. And I want to continue to live like that. I don't live out of fear because I know God got me. Like, I know God got me. I know my angels got me. I know my ancestors got me. I know, like, I am divinely protected. And I also know that there's things that I'm going to be getting done once I get into my own space. Because I'm not all for, you know, pumes. Okay, I don't want to say it on here because of the, you know, monetization, but I'm not all for the pumes. But I think as a woman living on her own, that's something I have to have. I have to have a license for that. And stay prepared so you don't got to get prepared. I don't feel like I'm gonna need it. I've never been in those type of situations before. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need it. But so I do think I might do an apartment tour, empty apartment tour, and a fully furnished apartment tour once I move in. Because y'all can go look at the apartment tours. Y'all probably be able to figure out which one I chose because it's in there, to be honest. I'm not worried about it. This is a new journey, and that's how I started off, y'all. Like, my first video that got the most views was me in my apartment doing an apartment haul of my apartment haul of affordable items or whatever. And then I started doing all these apartment tours. So y'all been seeing what apartments, y'all seen the apartment I live in right now. So it's kind of like, why not the fuck. So yeah, y'all, anyway, I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all comment below. I am gonna have a lot of videos coming up, like pack with me to move out of the state, because y'all, I'm actually gonna slowly start packing now, because there's a lot of like summer stuff I'm not going to be able to wear in Minnesota shortly. And then I'm going to be doing other videos too, like a moving vlog when I actually move, packing up the car too, and like drive there and getting there and all that stuff. And then when I finally get there, I will do an empty apartment tour. I'm going to just do it, y'all. And then I'm going to do it when it's fully furnished. So my plan too is to sell everything in my place, every single thing. I have really great furniture, y'all. Thank God I had great taste. Like, thank God I had a spending problem, because baby, that's how I can make money. Because I used to make bad financial decisions, and now those decisions kind of actually help me in the long run, because I bought a lot of expensive stuff, so I can sell stuff for an expensive price. It's not the price I paid, but it's still good. So I have a bed, y'all. Got my mattress is like $500. I got a nice mattress. I got a headboard. I got a bench for my, you know, bedroom. I have a dresser that has like a jewelry thing in it, like really nice vanity. I got a freaking fireplace, TV stand. I got a lot of shit. I got nightstands. I got tables. So I'm gonna be selling all that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I've been selling smaller stuff where it's like I can easily just get it out on Facebook Marketplace, like the Dyson fan I sold. What else did I sell on? Some stuff that's just too big for me, I sold on Facebook Marketplace. I sold my KitchenAid mixer because I don't ever use it. So it's like I'm slowly getting stuff out, making money. But my big stuff, I'm gonna sell that like right before I move, because I don't want people up in my house. So in my apartment. So I'll probably sell that like the week before I move, or 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks before I move. Like 2 to 3 weeks before I move, I'll start selling the stuff in my house, because yeah, I don't want to be living here when I do that. I'm blabbering too much. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.